All right, cool. So welcome to the Monday night call, everybody. Merry Christmas, almost. I'm freaking excited. I hope you guys are too. I hope everybody has fun plans with their families and stuff like that. Um, so tonight I wanted to talk about demystifying Success Club, and I'm going to give you guys kind of a simple system to reach your goals. This is something that I was talking to my mentor about on the phone whenever it was we talk like all the time. But in the last week, and I thought that it would be kind of good to kind of break this down for everybody because, before you've actually achieved Success Club, or if you think about it, sometimes it can sound really overwhelming if you don't know how to specifically do it. So I wanted to just make it as easy as possible. So I wanted to start out with just some recognition, as I always do. Just to any and all new coaches that we have, I really should start making a list of people's names. Everyone also that's doing our recruiting blitz, we start on Friday. I'm super duper duper pumped about that, especially, I don't know if you guys saw the thing that I posted in the blitz page of all of our new coaches. I'm actually going to post it on my Facebook after we get off of here. But I counted it. I think we had like 90 new coaches that came on, like from the last blitz, which is insane. So I'm really excited about that because that means that's a lot of lives we're going to be helping. And then two, I just wanted to recognize all you guys that are on the call tonight for staying plugged in this week during the holidays. I know that, we're all around our families and, I came down here to visit my family and I know that that's important to everybody, but I'm going to stay plugged in except for on Christmas Day. I'm going to be with my family, but I know it's hard this time of year. So I did want to just recognize you guys for being here. And then I wanted to give a few real quick updates. We do start our next recruiting blitz on December 26th, which is Friday. It's basically just a really easy system. I put everything together in a roadmap for what you guys need to do. And all you really need to do each day is post on Facebook, add new friends, and invite people. I mapped it out so that it's really easy for you guys. And usually when people do these blitzes, their income will like triple to quadruple. Of course, not immediately. It takes a little bit of time to see the results. But I've done many of these since I've been doing this, and it really works. And it helped a lot of the girls go diamond too. So if you guys want to jump in on that, it starts Friday. Let one of us know, we can add you. Also, I don't know if you guys are on the National Wake Up Call this morning, but just a few reminders that the surge is on January 5th, which is not next Monday, but the one after that. I think it was 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific time. And they have some really big announcement that's going to be like super awesome that we don't want to miss. And then Super Saturday is January 10th, so a couple Saturdays from now. And it's just super important to get to these events, you guys, because the events are game changers for your business. And then the last update is that if you're not already on the Insanity Max bandwagon, like you got to jump on it ASAP because they talked about this on the National Wake Up Call last week. But, being plugged in and getting Insanity done and sharing about that during the holidays, it's the perfect way to grow your business and reach out and help a lot of people. So if you're not on that bandwagon already, jump on with us. So that's really it for the updates. For the upcoming challenge groups and glance groups and training groups and stuff like that, Trisha uploaded the calendar to the team page. Thanks for doing that, Trisha. So if you guys need to know dates for that, you can look there. It's in our Dropbox too. So now let's just go ahead and go into the call, or we're already in the call, obviously, but the topic that we wanted to talk about tonight is Success Club. And I wanted to just go over like a few quick things with you guys of reasons why you want to hit Success Club. One thing is that if you hit Success Club every single month, you earn a free trip. Like it's in a different place every year. This year we went on a cruise. You guys might have seen pictures of me and Melissa on the cruise. Last year was Disney, and then this coming up year is Cancun. And if you earn like over 5 Success Club points each month, they actually give you spending money for the trip. So that's really cool. So that's one really big incentive. Another thing is that you get Success Club leads, which these are people that are like on Shakeology Home Direct, or they're ordering the programs or whatever they order. Anytime they order, you're going to get the commission from their order. So if they're on Shakeology Home Direct every month, you're going to get commission every single month. And these are people that you don't even know. They're just leads that Beachbody gives you for earning Success Club. And I don't know how much I actually make from it each month. Maybe I should go back and add it up one day. But I know that it definitely turns out to be several $100s a month over time, because the longer you get it and the more points you have, the more you get. Excuse me. And then the third thing it means, or why you want to get it, is that it means that your business is growing and you're consistently helping other people. And that's the most important thing. It's not about, getting all these cool trips and, being cool because you got Success Club or whatever. Like, I mean, that's great. And those are all added perks. But the most important thing is helping people. And, I think they were talking about on the National Wake Up Call from last week, they were saying that there was this one coach that on her team, they changed Success Club to Helping People Club instead, because that's really what it's all about. Like, it's not just, we don't want to look at people like, oh, they have 2 Success Club points like on their foreheads. Like, we want to look at the points, like Success Club 5, that means you helped at least 3 people that month, depending on what they got. So let's look at it that way. Let's change it to viewing it as helping people, because I'm honestly more motivated than that than I am by like, oh yeah, Success Club. So let's just kind of look at it that way. So those are 3 things. So then I want to give you guys a real quick, simple system. And then I do have a couple guest speakers that I'm going to hand it over to because I want them to talk more than me. So the simple system, it's really easy. This is something that they taught in the Fall Classic. But basically, if you make 150, this is going to sound like a lot, but I'm going to break it down. If you make 150 to 160 new contacts a month, and then you invite each one of them after you form them, that is going to guarantee that you get Success Club. Paul, my mentor, was saying that on average, that would turn into about 6 challenge packs a month from what Beachbody's figured out. But if you break it down and you think about it, if you work your business 5 days a week, that's just adding 8 to 10 new people a day. And you can do that on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Like, one thing I did the other day was scrolled through like all my suggested friends on Facebook and just started adding people. And if you need to like a refresh on inviting people, informing people, and, when do I send the invite? When do I do this? You can go back to the bootcamp videos and re-listen to those. The ones that I made, those are in the Dropbox if you guys need to do that. But that's really all it is. 150 to 160 new contacts a month. Invite them after you form them. So if you're adding 8 to 10 new contacts a day, 5 days a week, you're guaranteed that you're going to get it. That's it. Like, it's that easy. I don't want to make it more complicated than that. Delaney was someone that I was going to have on the call tonight, but she had something come up. So she gave me a few tips to give you guys. So I'm just going to read through those real quick, and then I'm going to hand it over to our other 2 guest speakers. So Delaney had 3 tips for you guys. Delaney is one of Melissa's coaches. I'm sure you've seen her on Facebook. She's so cute and awesome. So her first tip is consistency. She said, every day you need to post on social media, follow up with people, invite people, and make new friends. The second thing she said is to get over money objections. And the more you practice, the better you get at it. The third thing she said is don't take no as an answer. It just means not right now. So to just stay consistent, keep showing up, and following up with those people. And eventually most people that are telling you no will quit holding themselves back. And then she gave me a personal development tip for you guys too. And she said that GoPro has really helped her because it taught her to successfully market on Facebook and social media the right way without sounding like you're selling, and focus on really promoting yourself rather, and focusing on other people rather than talking about the products. So that was her tips: consistency, getting over money objections, don't take no as an answer, and read GoPro if you haven't already. So now I have 2 other coaches that I want to have share tonight. Becky and Shayna are going to share. So I'll go ahead and hand it over to Shayna first, if that's okay. Let me unmute you real quick, girl, and I'll mute myself. You go for it, girl. Thanks again for doing this.
Hi guys, I just have 3 tips that I came up with for Earning Success Club. This is only actually my 2nd month as a coach, but my 1st month I got Success Club, so I kind of found some ways that helped me recruit people. So the first one is hosting your own challenge group, because even if it's a free challenge, if people are seeing some kind of results or some kind of inspiration, then they will want to share their experiences. And that could lead to referrals to you, or they might even want to become a coach. So hosting your own challenge group. And then also it's good because if you have a goal for a certain number of challenge packs you want to sell, it might be nice to say, oh yeah, it's for this challenge group, instead of just, oh, buy whatever challenge pack it might be good to have your goals more specific. Secondly, I said continually be growing your network and be brave about it. So, in social media and in real life. So, if you're out and about and you're going to the bank, you shouldn't be afraid to like share with your banker, share with your favorite barista about what you're doing, because most of the time people ask you how your day's going. So that could be really easy to say like, oh, my day's going really well, and then you could talk about something related to your fitness journey, and you're just creating more contacts. And that helps for future success club points, because even if you're just building contacts now, in the future, you could be planting a seed for them to join one of your challenges later. So I think it's good to do things that are helping you get Success Club this month as well as next month. So growing your network really helps for the months following. And then thirdly, I think it's really important to keep your passion alive, because it's really easy to just, I guess, fall out of motivation. But if you're passionate about Beachbody and transformations and your Shakeology and you're sharing it, then people are going to want to know more about it, and they're going to ask you, hey, what are you doing? It looks like you're having a lot of fun doing this. Or it can just organically lead into them asking you about what you're doing, and you can start forming them that way. But if you're just like, oh yeah, here's a picture of my Shakeology, and then that's it, there's no passion behind it, so then people will be less likely to ask you what you're like, what's going on with you. And then my action step is create your contact list if you don't have one, and get it organized. So make sure that you have the people's names and also a date for when you need to follow up with them, because a lot of times someone will say that they want to join a group, but then at the last minute they change their mind or they can't do it. So it's important to follow up with them, because they might be able to in a month later or in 2 months later. But if you're never following up with them, then you're just going to lose out on that chance. And for personal development, lately I've just been listening to the old wake-up calls, because I'm kind of a new coach, so I haven't really listened to that many. So I'll usually listen to the old wake-up calls while I'm driving to work or while I'm in the shower. And one thing that's helped me is to have a journal and take notes on what my takeaway was for the day, just so then I can go back and look at them and not just listen to it and forget about it, but that way I kind of keep thinking about it and reviewing it and making sure that I'm implementing what I'm learning into my business activity tracker or my day-to-day things. So those are my tips for Success Club.
I love it, girl. That was awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. Anything else you want to say before I mute you back?
I guess one other thing I want to say is, once you forget about selling and you just focus on sharing, it becomes less stressful, because you're just trying to help people instead of like, oh my gosh, I have to sell these challenge packs. It can become really stressful. And so once you just forget about that and you focus on helping people, I think it becomes a lot easier to get Success Club.
Yes, I love that. I agree. I mean, when I started this business, I'm like, there's no way I'm ever going to make money. Like, I don't even care if I do. All I want to do is help people. I don't want to sell people stuff. So you're totally right. Like, when you have that mindset, like, that's what, and the passion too, like you were saying, people are going to see that and then they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she really does want to help me. She doesn't just want to sell me challenge packs. I love it. You're a rock star, girl. Thanks so much for sharing. And everybody, yeah, Shayna is like a brand new coach. I mean, not brand new, but she hasn't been doing this super long time and she killed it. So thanks, girl. So now I'm going to unmute Becky and she's going to share. Becky's been a coach on the team she's one of Amy's coaches. She's been on, I don't remember when Becky started, honestly, girl, I'm sorry, but she's a diamond coach now and she always makes awesome things happen. How long have you been a coach, Becky?
Hey, since June.
Okay, cool. So not super long. So I'll mute myself and then I'll let you go ahead and share. Thanks again.
All righty. Well, I just want to commend Delaney for her pointers and Shayna for hers. You brought a little tear to my eye, Shayna. I with with everyone's help, we have taught you well. So my top 3 tips for Resealing Success Club. Number 1, I think, is just to start inviting very early. So say if we have a challenge group in mind, for example, early in November, we were trying to plan challenge groups for December. So we decided on what maybe group or 2 we were going to do. We don't go crazy with many, many challenge groups. We just want to focus on 1 or 2. And so we started planning in November, started getting the word out. So I was private messaging people about December challenge groups, say the 1st or 2nd week in November. I just like that really long lead time just to kind of form the person, chat them up, see what they're looking for, see what their needs are. And then, have that time for ordering and things like that, because a lot of times people stall to the very last minute and then they get worried because they've ordered their challenge pack and it doesn't come until a week into the challenge. So not that that's a huge deal, but it just makes people a little bit nervous. So invite early. Also, I always follow up. I know we always hear about inviting and following up, but following up is really, really the key. I do so within 3 days of contacting the person about a group. Normally I'll do just a generic kind of invite, and I'll follow up with just saying, hope you received my message. Do you have any questions? What can I do for you? So usually 3 days is a pretty good rule in terms of I don't want to berate them too much about it, but I also don't want to let too much time pass so they kind of forget about what I'm talking about. And then also toward the end of the month, I do send out reminder personal messages. Again, for those stragglers who they've just hemmed and hawed about it and they're not really sure, but then finally at the last minute they decide they want to do it. So that's how I actually, surprisingly, I earn Success Club 5 and over many times is toward the end of the month. I'm like biting my fingernails, seeing who's going to buy or not. But so really just inviting early, following up within 3 days or so, and then that final reminder toward the end of the month are usually key factors for me. An action point, something that I think that we've had team calls on before is just letting go of the fear. I am sort of a weird aberration because I didn't have any fear when I came into this business. I kind of just went for the gusto, and I knew that I would have 100 no's and a couple of yeses in a batch, but that really didn't faze me. So letting go of the fear of failure or not earning Success Club, I know that we highlight it and it's great to achieve, but I think if you put too much pressure on it, then it kind of goes in reverse. So, it will happen when it happens, and if you're doing the right things, like Shayna said, showcasing your passion for the products in not a salesy type way. So really just letting go of whatever you're concerned about. I mean, I just, like Jessica said, I send friend requests to people, like the suggested friends on Facebook. I see whoever is in my hometown that I grew up with, and I just like them and talk about my hometown at first and saying, I miss New England, how's it going there? And then I kind of branch into things. So I just invite everybody and anybody. I've branched out into Instagram, although not surprisingly, a lot of people who've reached out to me are also coaches. So that's kind of an odd coincidence. But and then for my PD recommendations, I am a Chalene Johnson freak. I love her, and I listen to both of her podcasts. She has the Chalene Show, and then she has her newly defunct Build Your Tribe. She decided to get rid of the second podcast and just kind of meld it into the Chalene Show. But there are so many different podcast episodes on there that are super helpful to us. For the Chalene Show, there's one about grow your Instagram. There's another one called Passion and Profits. Build Your Tribe, you can still access through iTunes, and so some of them are attracting better prospects. Instagram and hashtags, how to be better on video. I think I really love that episode. She gets kind of technical with lighting and things like that, but she really gives some good feedback on how to take, say, a 5-minute long video and cut it up into segments and sort of filter that throughout your month of posts. And it's very, she's always looking for new ways to do things faster. So I really like that. She also has on Build Your Tribe an episode about Instagram for massive leads. She also has a Pinterest challenge. So she always brings in top whether they're coaches or just experts in whatever field they're talking about. She always has somebody to interview and get tips on, and I think they're really cool, and I love her passion for it, and she always makes it personable too, which is super huge for me. So that would be my PD recommendation is Chalene Johnson all the way.
Sorry for the awkward silence. I was like moving around. Sure, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Chalene Johnson is freaking awesome. You're right. I listen to her stuff like while I'm driving and walking and stuff. She's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say, Becky? Thanks for that before I mute you back out.
Sure. No, just have a great holiday season. Don't stress over it too much. I think January will be a huge month for all of us, as it usually is. And yeah, don't let fear hold you back.
I love it. Thanks so much, girl.
Sure.
All right, guys. Well, we finished kind of early. The only other things I wanted to just give you guys was an action item and a closing quote, like I always do. My action item is really freaking easy because literally, like my mentor and I were talking about this because I kind of was telling him after watching my Push Partners video last week, I'm like, all right, I'm only going to focus on Instagram. Like that's all. And we were just we had a conversation about how it's best to just keep it simple. So we like to keep things as simple as possible. His business is not complicated. So with all of that being said, my only action item for you guys is to just focus on the 3 vital behaviors and really just do a lot of personal development. If you're struggling with objections, or if you're struggling with fear, or if you're struggling with excuses, or if you're just struggling with anything in the mind, because as you guys know, I talk about those all the freaking time. I probably mention on every team call. Personal development has literally changed my life. And, Tony Robbins says that it's 80% belief and 20% actions. So you guys could be doing all these invites and, putting in the action. But if you don't have the belief, then nothing's going to happen. So just focus on the 3 vital behaviors. And when you do that, you will get Success Club. I guarantee you. My closing quote was by Albert Einstein. And I really just like this because like what we were talking about earlier about focusing on helping people rather than the success, quote unquote. So the quote is, try to not become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. And I just think that that's something that is super applicable for our business because that's what our business is about. Like that's Tony Robbins is talking. I'm listening to one of his like marketing video university things, whatever you want to call it. And he's just saying that if you want to grow your profits and grow your business, to focus on giving as much value to people as possible. And that's what's going to make you more valuable in the marketplace. And I mean, that's what we want to do anyway, is give people value and help them. So this was a really quick team call too, and we still have some time left before it cuts us off. So does anyone have any questions? I'll unmute everybody just to have fun. Why not? If I hear a bunch of feedback, I'll fix it. Oh, wait. I muted everybody. Okay, now everybody's unmuted. Anyone have any questions or just want to share anything? Everyone stares at me like I have 5 heads. I'm just kidding. No, everybody good? All right, then. Well, thanks, ladies, for those of you that shared, and thanks for being on here, everybody. If you do think of any questions later, don't hesitate to ask. And I hope you guys all have a great Christmas and enjoy your families. And I love each and every one of you so much. And I'm thankful for you guys. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.